Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brodie Tavares. I'm a guitar player for Lights. We're here in Anaheim, California, and this is my gear spotlight. I first learned about Suhr actually nerding out watching gear review videos of Pete Thorne playing, and I noticed that he was playing this like S-style guitar, had 2 single coils, 1 humbucker in the bridge, and he could literally do any tone that you could figure out. So I was like, what is going on? What is this guitar? I have to check it out. And that was probably a few years ago. Since then, I've noticed that tons of my favorite players are playing Suhr products. There's Ian Thornley in Canada. I'm Canadian. He was a big influence in my life back in the day in Big Wreck. Tons of guys, Andy Wood. You got Mateus, the guy shreds like no other. So then I reached out to Suhr and they sent me a guitar. I picked it up and it was literally the best guitar, best playing guitar, best sounding guitar that I've ever had in my hands. So I was hooked, just like that. First, I'll take you through my guitars. Let's check it out. This is the one I play generally all the time. It's my first custom spec guitar made by Suhr. It's absolutely magnificent. There's nothing I can say wrong about this guitar. We got 2-piece swamp ash body, which goes really well with the pickups, but I'll talk about that later. Roasted maple neck, which I like on all my guitars now because we tour so much that it stays intonated all the time, and it's literally in tune every time we take it out of the cases. I went with the shorty bakelite pickguard on this because I like the minimal style of the pickguard and it doesn't take away from the beauty of this top. It's absolutely stunning. The Cocobolo fretboard on here, which I think looks awesome. It's got this kind of cool swirl in it. It really looks nice in photographs. Now to the pickups, we got 2 Thornbuckers in here. And what I like about these is they're like kind of like the old school vintage CPAF pickup. So if I have it on any of the settings, it kind of has that old school vintage feel, and I like that kind of. I'm a rock player, so it feels pretty good. Cool thing I have wiring wise is this is actually split into a series parallel, so if I pull the tone knob, it pops this into sounding like a single coil, even though it's still humbucks. So with that combination, I can have basically any tone that I want out of this guitar. Put it on the bridge setting, it's really twangy, really pops in the mix. Throw it on the neck, pop this down. I'm soloing till the end of tomorrow. During the set, I actually use every single possible setting that I can because I can't figure out which one is my favorite. So I just keep going through them all. Another thing that I use a lot in the set is I roll off the volume knob to clean up my tone. And they actually have the treble bleed circuit in them. So when you roll off the volume, you're just losing volume. You're not losing any of the brightness or any of the pristine sound that's coming out of the pickups. When I first got this guitar sent to me, I took it out of the case. I picked it up and it was like the best thing that I've ever picked up in my life. The craftsmanship is absolutely impeccable. There's literally nothing wrong that I can think of with this guitar. It just plays the way I want it to play. It feels amazing, sounds amazing, and quite honestly, I feel a little spoiled because I don't like playing any other guitars. So this is another guitar we have on the road with us. It's a Classic T Pro, 2-piece swamp ash body, maple neck, maple fingerboard, 2 Classic T single coil pickups in them. They have the noise canceling system so they don't buzz, and it sounds great. We have a lot of lighting going on, so that's a really big system to have. Plays great, feels great, sounds great. Sometimes even bring it out if I want to be a little more Nashville in the set. So. All right, so on my pedal board for this tour, I have the Sheba Drive Reloaded. I absolutely love this overdrive. It sounds great on its own, straight into the amp, but I use a lot of effects and I have a lot of things going on. What I love about this specific pedal is it fits with all of my effects. It sounds great stacked. It sounds great just by itself, pushing the amp a little bit. It sounds very good with a lot of other frequencies going on the set, so it cuts through the mix perfectly and I absolutely adore it. So on this tour, I have 2 Bella amps out with me. I'm actually running them in stereo, which is a really cool thing, new thing for this tour. I'm running them both at 44 watts. My signal flow is basically going into this amp, sending the effects loop out to my effects, coming back into this, splitting it left and right. The reason why I love this amp so much is because it tonally sounds amazing. It sits really, really well. It's present, but it doesn't have that kind of barky high-mid presence that a lot of things do, so it's really smooth sounding. And the effects loops are absolutely transparent. You can put any pedal into this and it sounds phenomenal. Another thing I love about these amps, as well as all the Suhr products, is the reliability. I mean, we're playing 200 shows a year. Every day we show up, take the cases off them, turn them on, and they sound absolutely perfect every time. Never had an issue, and that's a very invaluable thing to have on the road. All right, so this is Lights Classic T. And just like my guitar, I had personally made to my specs that I wanted. She worked with the design team at Suhr to make a guitar that reflects her album art and what she wanted in a guitar. So on the fretboard we have gear inlays, which reflects the album artwork, a painted logo right here. On the back of the neck plate, a laser engraved logo, and as well as the headstock up here. A little laser logo, it's awesome. When she actually took this out of the case the first time, I've never seen her smile so big. She was so excited that it turned out absolutely perfect, exactly the way she wanted. And then when we plugged it in and played, it sounded amazing too. Thanks guys, I hope you like checking out my gear, and I hope to see you come out to a show soon.
They're all compression pedals?
Yeah.
Incredible. No! That's amazing. Can I see the other ones?
Yeah.
Dude, this is too much! Okay, that is way too cool.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. These are insane! I'm gonna